Hello everyone, it's Enderverse, and today I'm showing you guys 100 RPG mods. This way you can turn Minecraft into the ultimate RPG game. This collection included some of the best boss fights you can ever think of. I know you guys love that, but first let's start with something simple, and it is the overworld exploration. The first mod we got for it is Regions Unexplored. This is one of the most beautiful world generation mods out there for both the overworld and the nether. Something I especially enjoyed about this mod is how fantastic it looks with shader on, especially with the Reshaken Voxels shaders. I believe most of you know about Biomes O Plenty. This excellent mod introduced tons of unique biomes. Most of these biomes included new blocks and a magical atmosphere. I love how after all these years, the creators never abandoned their work. Truly inspirational. Atmospheric is a wonderful mod, but with way less biomes. This mod will mainly introduce two biomes. The dunes, which is a big desert with palm trees, new types of cactus and flowers that look beautiful but quite deadly. There are also some dungeons that I don't recommend entering, as well as some bees. And the other biomes, and honestly my favorite, is the rainforest. This biome is way more lively than the dunes, as it included new types of green trees and a fascinating rainforest basin. Terralith is hands down the most extensive world generation mod there is. Some of its biomes included giant volcanic craters, whimsy sandstone valley, as well as some new structures. There are 80 more biomes to discover, so this mod is a solid download. Tectonic is a perfect mod if you are a fan of massive landscapes. This wonderful mod will add tectonic plates to Minecraft, coupled with mountains far taller than anything we've seen before. Now almost every biome will be impacted by this mod, and the final outcome is worthwhile. Quark is not entirely about world generation, but I included it in this part of the video since it adds some small tweaks, like those beautiful blossom trees and those mysterious caves. Stratospherical Expansion adds floating islands to your world. The surface of these islands can be so vast that you probably wouldn't notice the difference until you look down, so be careful not to fall in the void. Valhelsia Structures adds new buildings. While scouting, you will come across some of them. In these structures, you could find new blocks for decoration, but you can also bump into some field guardians that will show you no mercy. Repurposed Structures is a vanilla-ish mod that will only be swapping the original structures we know with others from different dimensions and locations. Here you can also find the same loot you would have found if you traveled to the original structure. Young's Better Mineshafts will do what it says. It will enrich these cave structures and make it way larger and exotic. I like how every biome got a different type of mineshaft. And oh guys, never ignore these chests and barrels. They can hold some overpowered loot. Young's Better Dungeons will instead add new structures for you to discover. I would not recommend exploring these new monuments without proper armors and weapons, since they are dense with the undead mobs. Also, the loot here is supreme, and you'll find lots of skeleton skulls. In case you can't tell, those are extremely hard to obtain in the vanilla Minecraft. Graveyard mod will add new structures in the form of graveyards. These buildings look amazing, but mysterious. They also contain new mobs and undead creatures that will resurrect upon your arrival and chase you to death. Traveler's titles will display a plaque on the top of your screen whenever you discover a new biome. It is also compatible with many mods, including the Twilight Forest mod. Bountiful will include a bounty post on your wall, specifically next to a village. These posts will offer you daily quests to complete. This one feature can really spice up the game and wake up the adventurer within you. Comforts is a small mod that will give you a sleeping bag you can place anywhere in the world. There's also the hammocks that will allow you to sleep on the day and transfer you to the night. This is a good treat for night owls out there who likes to adventure during the dark. Waystones is a very popular mod that adds these teleportation stones. All it takes to activate one of these stones is a mouse click, and you will be teleported to any waystone in your world. Paraglider mat adds this item that allows you to jump from any height without receiving any damage. Towers of the Wild actually works with our previous two mods, since whenever you find and climb a tower, and do keep in mind it takes some decent parkour to do so, you can actually find a Waystone on the top, and when looting a chest, there is a chance that you can find a Paraglider. After that, you can just paraglide your way down the tower, but be cautious, the Paraglider has a certain capacity. Antique Atlas is a craftable item that replaces the vanilla maps. This amazing map is so vast and has better textures. There's also the option to set waypoints. I love this mod and it slides in the vanilla Minecraft seamlessly. Small ships includes these new types of ships that you can ride. It is also possible now to mount a cannon abroad in case you face an enemy. These ships are way superior than boats since they are faster and look better. First Aid overhauls the health system in the game. Now every part of your body has a dedicated health bar, and you'll get a certain effect when you receive damage. Passive regeneration has also been disabled now. The only way to regenerate is through using bandages or a plaster. Traveler's backpack offers a number of backpacks. I like the variants and how you can upgrade the backpacks to be very powerful and helpful. Another backpack mod is the Sophisticated Backpacks. Similar to the previous mod, this one will allow you to expand your inventory. It is also possible to upgrade this backpack to have even greater space. The thing I like about this mod is how you can sort the items inside of the backpack easily using this button. YDM's Weapon Master will display the tools on your back and side hips. The place of the tool is determined by where you put it on the hotbar. Artifacts mod adds new items that cannot be crafted. They are only found within the loot chests. The rarest the structure, the better the loot. This will surely give you the ultimate RPG and exploration game you've always wanted. Alright guys, hold on to your hats. We're about to improve the combat in the game as well as giving you some bosses that will challenge your ability. Let's start with the Epic Fight mod. This mod is perhaps the most popular of its kind. It offers realistic attacks and stealth maneuvers, as well as some new weapons to uncover. But sadly, it's still stuck at 1.18, so it might not be a good option for everyone. Better Combat mod, on the other hand, is available for all mod loaders on the latest versions. This amazing mod will add new types of animations for each weapon for third and first person prescriptive. You can even dual wield two swords. It's also compatible with many mods on the list, so stay alert. Elenai's dodge can be used with the Better Combat mod. Now you can hit enemies and dodge their attacks rapidly by rolling backwards or to the sides. This is a feature that many RPG games have. Dual wielding is very useful and allows you to take advantage of your offhand slot. Now you can attack mobs with both swords on your hands. Just right click for the offhand sword and left click for the main sword. I know this is a feature on the Better Combat mod, but if you want that specific quality with no animation on top, then that's a good mod to use. Spells and Shields will add a radial menu to Minecraft, in which you can execute new spells. The grace about this mod is how you can actually get those spells. You simply need to open an enchanting table and use your XP to obtain the spells. And not gonna lie, I really love this Dolphin Dash spell. Another magic mod is the Iron Spells and Books. This one, however, is more immersed into this specific niche and will add more magical abilities and spells. Next up, we have another giant mod of the same kind, Mahou Tsukai. This mod was inspired by the anime Fate Stay Night. The spells here can be groundbreaking, literally, ranging from deforming hundreds of blocks to throwing mobs into the space, or creating a massive shield that can hold off tens of mobs, all of which have some mesmerizing designs. The last magical mod on the list is the Magic Combat Wands. As you can guess from the name, it adds those combat wands that shoot lightning stars at the mobs. Those stars, however, deal little to no damage, so I don't think it would be much of a lethal weapon to carry around. Horse Combat mod will ease your battles by allowing you to hit enemies while riding a horse. This is a feature that I very much enjoyed, and if you played The Witcher 3, you'll know what I'm talking about. Better Third Person makes this prescriptive very playable and easier to browse. With this mod, you can spin your camera 360 degrees around your character. First person mod in Minecraft is good, but could use an improvement with the Real Camera mod. Now you can see the entirety of your skin. This mod is actually compatible with the Better Combat mod, so make sure to give it a try. Epic Knights, Shields, Armor and Weapons will add new medieval types of the armors, weapons and shields. They have great 3D models and fit perfectly with our Ultimate RPG collection. Marium Soulslike weaponry will be the first boss fights mod on the list. The weapons here have amazing texture and spell good magical effects as well. The bosses are also quite vicious and difficult to defeat. SpellBound Weapons add some pretty cool weapons to the game that have pretty much the same textures. They can be found throughout your world, but there is also a command to use if you don't want to explore. Their animations are very good, and my favorite is this item that creates a path underneath you. Ravage and Ravage will empower the hostile mobs in the game, along with improving and adding new structures. After killing those new mobs, you can get amazing loot. Ice and Fire mod adds mythical bosses to the game. They are very strong, and the Cyclops here can literally bite you to death, so be careful. Mowzie's mobs is another boss's mod. They are not entirely mythical, but we cannot deny their aberration and sheer strength. Mutant Monsters is the official update of the good old mutant creatures. This mod introduced new bosses, most of which are mutant versions of the already existent and dead mobs. Mutant More, however, is an expansion of this mod, as it adds new types of mutant beasts from different dimensions. They are just as strong, if not stronger, than the overworld monsters. And they also have boss music, which is pretty awesome. Elenai's Catacyslm is perhaps the best boss expansion mod on the list. I mean, check out the attack each of these bosses perform. Animations are glorious, and the music boss makes everything 10 times better. And to top it all off, there are some badass weapons you can obtain after killing any of these bosses. Our next mod introduces the WitherStorm from Minecraft Story Mode. The creator's precision in making this abomination of a boss is out of this world, and I love the progression phases of the WitherStorm, since at a certain point she will literally start sucking up everything around you, so be careful. Aquamirae is a great way to spice up the Arctic oceans. This mod adds an incredible amount of bosses and mobs centered in one area, which is the Ice Maze. The most powerful guy or girl here seems to be the Ghost of Cornelia. This ghost can fly very high and perform wide range of attacks. Also, the boss music here takes you to another world. The biggest monster in the mod, however, seems to be the Mother of Maze. He's so mighty, and with shaders it starts glowing up. Dark Waters mod makes thunders and oceans a combination for disaster. Once the thunder begins and you find yourself in the middle of the ocean, well, I suggest you just make your prayers. There will be some insane and savage sea monsters after you. They can literally drag you off your boat and devour you like a piece of cake. This mod can work perfectly fine with the Physics mod Pro, so try it out. Now that we added a good number of vicious bosses to the game, alongside improving your combat, why not take it easy now and focus on beautifying nature around you, cute animals and magical visuals. First mod we will include is the Alexa's mod. This mod adds dozens of new animals. The crazy part is that each animal here have a unique animation and spawns in different biomes, meaning you'll come across animals doing some questionable stuff. There are also a good number of mythical creatures so that we can simulate RPG experience like we never did before. I noticed, however, that penguins did not exist on the Alexa's mobs. For that, let's add the Waddles, a very wholesome mod that will adorn cold environments with these worldly creatures. Another missing mob from the Alexa's mobs collection is the Capybaras, so let's install the Promenade mod for it. Those creatures are known to be especially cute and will very much enjoy a good watermelon whenever it's available. I would however warn you, they do fart. Creatures and Beasts mod includes a good number of these small minions. They are cute, but some of them not so much. Mythic Mounts allows you to tame and ride a mythical creature, a very useful mod to enforce the medieval fantasy theme we're after. Aquaculture 2 expands on the aquatic side of the game and allows you to get new types of fish and even obtain the Neptune armors that gives you special abilities underwater. Rats mod adds, well, rats. I know these creatures are not especially loved across the planet, but this is a special case. You can now actually tame the rats and they'll follow you anywhere, protect you to death. So they are friend in this case. Missing Wilds will embellish the birch forest with many small tweaks, including hollowed logs, small flowers, and so much more. And I guess you are wondering, where did the fallen leaves came from? Well, this brings us to our next mod, Fallen Leaves. This mod will add a general feature to the trees, which is fallen leaves. This is a subtle feature but quite powerful when used with the right shaders and the right mod. And what's better for it than the dynamic trees? The shape of the trees will be overhauled. They got long branches, tree trunks on the bottom, and look generally wonderful. You can also obtain all the logs from the tree by only chopping off the bottom. This mod, however, was left behind and is now outdated. So I'm not sure if it's gonna be especially useful for you guys. But here's a substitution. The Panda's Falling Tree. This mod will include pretty much the same cutting mechanism, only the tree shape will stay the same as vanilla. But please do keep in mind, some long trees can take an actual eternity to fall down. To get even a better impact on the forest, I would recommend installing the Better Foliage Renewed. This is a resurrection of the good old Better Foliage mod. Now you'll see bushier leaves as well as grassier grass. The impact look especially good with shaders on. As a final part of this section, let's enhance the sounds in Minecraft. First, we got the Ambient Sounds. With this mod installed, you'll hear different ambient sounds depending on the biome. You can also notice how the sounds transition seamlessly between the biomes. Presence Footsteps will be a good mod to use alongside the ambient sounds. Through this mod, you can hear your footsteps and they differentiate between a large number of blocks. They'll also have different tones when going underground. And while we are underground, we should also mention the Sounds Physics Remastered. This is a great mod to change how audio works in Minecraft. You'll be hearing the casual vanilla sounds, but the difference is how these sounds bounce around and create echoes. But let me warn you, it is quite horrifying. Extra sounds will instead add few soundtracks to your inventory. Listen to this. As a final mod, well, in fact, a pack, is the Skyrim Sound Pack. This pack will add a few sounds originally inspired by the Elder Scrolls game, a very popular RPG franchise, which makes this mod a much needed asset in this video since it draws inspiration directly from an RPG title. Now, let's try and enhance the nether dimension in vanilla Minecraft. Starting with the Amplified Nether. This is a game changer. It increases the nether's height many times over, making it a great dimension to explore. You can also pair it with the upcoming mods on this section, beginning with the Better Nether mod. With this mod, you can expect to see some exotic biomes and eye-catching monuments. There will also be some amazing creatures to encounter. Next up, we got Infernal Expansion, a mod that instead focuses more on the creatures aspect of the nether, rather than overhauling the terrains. I like the models of these mobs, and some of them can be very large and quite dangerous. Incendium will create some wonderful landscapes in the nether. These terrains benefit the most from the amplified nether. There's also this massive white castle that holds very nice people that will welcome you with an open heart. And since both mods have the same creator, you'll enjoy an accurate and beautiful mod combination. Centerscapes is similar to the Better Nether, as it adds a few good biomes to this plane dimension. There aren't many to explore, but the ones I came across were gorgeous. Lava monsters will simply add this creeper looking lava monster. These guys, as the name implies, only spawn on lava, so you'll frequently find them on the nether, although they're not the most pleasant people to come across. A dimension that could definitely use an improvement is the End, and the best mod for it is the Better End. It came from the same developer as the Better Nether and offered a complete renovation of this place. Everywhere you'll go, you see new biomes, filled with new creatures. I recommend using a shader such as Choka Peak 13 or Complementary since they make most of the chinks here glow. Nullscape is a great alternative to our previous mod. If you are not a fan of complete renovation, Nullscape will instead beautify the end without adding a single new block. It's simply decorated with some vanilla glowing blocks. Oh, the Biomes go originally enhances the overworld, but I added it here since it also covers the end and includes a couple of new biomes to discover. They are not the most groundbreaking terrains since only the ground was altered. Ender Remastered adds a total of 60 new Eyes of Ender. You can find those across different structures or through killing a mob. This mod makes building the end portal a lot more challenging and an enjoyable adventure as well. After you get through the portal, you'll need an extra challenge, and here where the Ender Dragon Fight Remastered comes into play. This amazing mod gives the Ender Dragon new abilities that can be very frustrating. It also includes one of the most exciting boss music. Hear this out. The Ender Dragon will also reach a second phase, when its health bar is at half. And good luck making it this low, since this monster will now have a total of 500 HP, instead of the casual 200. Making it a lot harder to defeat. All in all, this mod is gonna make the game very satisfying to complete and will assist our RPG purpose. Now that we enhanced our vanilla dimensions, let's go ahead and add new ones, starting with the Twilight Forest. This mod will allow you to teleport to a vast forest with lots of structures and a good amount of creepy bosses that are horrible to go against. Blue Skies is also about a forest, this time more of a lively and colorful one. The structures here are beautiful, and the creatures are also quite magical, but the bosses, well, let's just say they are impossible to defeat. The Ether is a dimension that you and I both tried to travel to in the vanilla game when we were kids. This is a very popular mod, and it recently got updated to one of the latest releases of Minecraft. You'll enjoy this heaven, and the structures here are spectacular. Same applies to the mobs. Just look at this amazing flying whale. Ad Astra mod will add new dimensions in the form of new planets. To go there, you'll have to do lots of searching to prepare for the trip. After you get there, you'll be baffled by the beauty of these new planets, and you'll also see new creatures. This is a game changer mod, and you should definitely check it out. Approaching the final section, I gathered here some mods that couldn't really fit with any of the previous sections, but have the qualities of an RPG game. Starting with YDM's Mob Health Bar. This is an especially useful mod since it shows the health bar of every single mob in the game, an attribute that no RPG game lacks, so it would be a shame not to add it here. Next up, you got Hunger Strikes. The first thing this mod does is that it removes the hunger bar altogether. Sprinting will also be allowed at all time, and food will be regeneration your hearts instantly and not passively, all of which contributes to an immersive RPG difficulty. Healing campfires makes you able to regenerate hearts through your camp. As you can see, it heals me. Oh no. Oh, this was a good accident to introduce our next mod, Campfire Spawn Point. This mod will instead make you able to set a waypoint in the form of a campfire instead of beds. Global Game Rules is a mod that will help you change the game rules of all worlds on your list. We included it here so we can be able to run the keep inventory command, since in most RPG games, when you die, you don't actually lose all of your valuables. Tool Belt is a great visual and practical mod that will help you swap between your items rapidly by giving you a tool belt you can craft. If you are not content with its capacity, you can always expand it by mixing it with a pouch on the anvil. You can add up to 9 slots, which is more than enough for any player. Level Z is a wonderful mod that makes XP very useful outside of its correlation with enchanting. Now XP will be enhancing certain skills within your character. These skills can help you unlock some gears, items, and even blocks. Inventory HUD Plus lets you customize how you see your armors, effects, and even inventory. This is perhaps one of the most demanded RPG features I could think of. Villager Names mod gives identity to every single villager in the game. Each one will have a special name, so they are no longer a bunch of nameless slaves, strangers. RPG Z mod will change the way you loot mobs. Instead of them evaporating, they'll actually turn into a lifeless body you can loot. This mod really lives up to its name. Advanced Compass will add a compass on the top of your screen that previews any mobs or places nearby. You can customize almost everything on the menu. It's also possible to set waypoints, which is pretty amazing. Advancements Plagues mod show a fancy panel whenever you make an achievement. More banners features will make those items actually interesting. Now a banner can be mounted into a horse or even a camel. There's also the possibility of using it as a cape, but you'll need the trinkets mod for that. My favorite part about it though is when you mount it on a boat. It feels like a pirate adventure ship. A healing bed makes sleeping a useful element of the game. Once you wake up from a long nap, you'll notice all of your hearts are regenerated, which is a feature that I found on Red Dead Redemption 2 and even in The Witcher 3 when you meditate. Enchantments lore will allow you to open an enchantments book and read it as if it's a normal book. It explains everything about the specific enchantment and how it can help you. This is just a great way to simplify the game for many beginners out there. Explorer's Compass is a good mod that adds this amazing item. It will help you locate any biome or structure nearby you. However, this mod can take away from your exploration, so don't install it if you are especially strict about browsing the world around you. Winged mod adds these new types of elytras, some of which included elytras that only have beautiful design but works the same way as vanilla, and some wings literally give you creative flight. I'd recommend using this mod solely for the casual elytras since creative flying can be a bit overpowered. Starter Kit mod gives you a good amount of weaponry and provisions to kickstart your adventure. This has been a common feature with many RPG games for years now. Antarctic is a great visual and also practical mod that will make items drop realistically on the ground. There's also the possibility of launching items into the sky if you are holding Q button on your keyboard. Legendary tooltips surrounds items with a special frame. The rarer is the item, the fancier the cover. I noticed this feature on The Witcher 3, so it's an imperative RPG feature. Item Swapper allows you to swap over the variants of any block. I haven't seen many RPG games with this feature, but I feel like it would be a good addition nonetheless. Merchant markers will give each villager an icon that indicates what this specific villager sells. This adds a special RPG feel to Minecraft villages. Callable horses will allow you to call your horse over by whistling. This is a very notable feature and originally inspired by both The Witcher 3 and Red Dead Redemption 2. As you may already know, RPG games, well, for the most part they have better graphics than vanilla Minecraft. That's why, in this final section, we'll try to change that. First mod we got is the Optifine mod. This is an amazing addition that will help you increase your FPS, allows you to have shaders on, and even apply realistic texture packs. The only drawback, however, is that it's incompatible with many mods on this list. As a solution, you can install this collection of mods instead, starting with the Sodium mod. This is a great mod that will help you increase your FPS and adds a few options this week, as well as making you able to run shaders using the Iris Shaders mod. This is an additional mod required to run shaders with Sodium, but will give you the best possible results when running shaders. However, we can still add more features using the Sodium Extra mod. This is just a small mod to be able to freely tweak many parts of the game's graphic, and to get even better graphics, our next few mods are also necessary. Starting with the Continuity and CIG Rezone. Restore mods will allow path-traced visuals on Minecraft. Running texture packs like Modern Arc, Patrix, etc. would be a non-issue. However, the Patrix entity models aren't included with this mod. For that, we need to have the entity model features. With this mod, you can have realistic visuals as well as realistic animations. Phew, it actually took a dozen of mods to simulate one mod. I have to give it to Optifine for mixing all of these features on one singular mod. Approaching the end, we got the Distant Horizons, a mod that will give us the RPG LODs. If you are unfamiliar with this term, it basically allows you to see very far away without sabotaging your performance. It works with shaders if you pair it with Optifine, but doesn't look that good if I'm being honest. The last mod on this whole video, and honestly the best, is the Physics mod. This is a mod that will transport lots of the graphical attributes of many RPG games into Minecraft. This is a must-have mod, and contrary to what it seems, this mod still offers a wonderful performance nonetheless. Obviously, you can't run all these mods together, but if you want to have an RPG mod pack, I recommend watching this video. See ya in the next one.